Welcome back to this live streaming edition of Power On. We're so glad you're joining us here. Thanks for tuning in on this wonderful Saturday. We're joined right now by Steve Haines. He is the sales manager.
Rehab Sales Manager for Invacare Corporation.
That's right. And so you are sitting in a very high-tech, NASA-looking like device that you have to walk us through. It's amazing. Tell us about, first of all, Invacare.
Invacare is a senior mobility company. Actually, we have many divisions. I'm in the rehab arena, so I focus on senior mobility products. We make a lot of other products and have many different divisions. But I'm here today with our new TDX SP2 that I'm sitting in right now. And this chair's been out for about 1 year.
Wow.
It's, maybe a little over a year actually, but it's the next generation in our TDX family. We've got a lot of nice new features on this chair. If you want to go through them, we can talk about those. Or
we have to go through all of these things.
Okay.
But you were talking about the predecessor to this model is very popular.
Yes.
And that predecessor has been around for years.
That's correct, yeah.
And a lot
so
of
this
have
is the TDX SP2.
Yeah.
And the TDX SP was our original chair. Actually, even before that, we had a TDX 3, 4, and 5, which you don't see a lot of anymore. I think I did see one earlier today roaming around, but I've seen several TDX SPs, and not so many of these yet, again, because it's a brand new model. But yeah, we're pretty excited about it.
So the SP2 has what are some of the main features that the SP2 has that the SP does not?
Okay, good question. First and foremost, it looks a little bit different.
Okay.
Namely, that's because the chair is shrouded, meaning you've got this plastic shroud over the drive wheel, one back here over the lamps, over the tail lights, and the old frame was painted. Okay, so this is black powder coated.
Yeah.
But you didn't have these shrouds over it. You didn't have the rear shroud back here, which are available in a number of different colors. But that was based on consumer feedback.
The advantage of the shrouds are what?
It's really cosmetic.
Okay.
It's really cosmetic, yeah. You can mix and match the shrouds, which is kind of cool. You can get one color here and another color on the rim insert. So we did a nice San Francisco Giants color the other day.
Oh, very cool.
Bright orange with the black and orange rim inserts. But again, it was really kind of more aesthetic. It looks less clinical, if you will.
Okay.
And so that's kind of the reason. You'll find most of the power chairs today you see out there do have some type of shroud over the frame, over the chassis frame.
Interesting. And so, all right, so walk us through the features of this chair, which are going to be similar to the SP model.
Yep.
But walk us through some of the features, because when I'm looking at it here, it just looks like there's a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Right? So let me walk us through maybe like the first 5 or 6 really important things.
Will be here for 10 more minutes. Come get your photos before they leave.
So I'm not sure, is this my microphone here?
That's your mic. You can pick you up, yeah.
Well,
we are
scoot
live,
it
of
over
course.
just a little bit.
All right.
So we talked about the shrouds. That's one thing that's different.
Okay.
We have a new motor that we're using, not just on this chair, but on our original TDX SP, which is still available, as well as our Storm Series, which are our rear wheel drive chairs. Okay.
Wow,
We have one called the Torque. Probably seen a few of those roaming around here this morning as well. So this new motor is a sealed motor, which is different from any other motor that we've had on a chair before. This is helpful in preventing water ingress when it's wet outside. The old motors had external brush caps. Okay, these are all internal. So what that means in short is less maintenance for the end user and the provider as well. They're also an extremely quiet motor, and we're pretty excited about them.
Because of these new advancements or these changes, it's going to be cheaper in the long run, right? I mean, it's going to be less expensive in cost.
Maintenance, absolutely.
Right. And also time that it would be down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So all these small little things all add up to something more positive.
More reliability,
user.
absolutely.
Right. So you have that going on. Is this an off-road type of chair?
That's kind of a loaded question. Off-road. Yes, this chair does very well on dirt tracks, overcoming obstacles. It actually works very well even in grass to some degree. Now, that said, if you get in really wet grass with some mud underneath,
Yeah, right.
you can be
Extreme
spinning your
temperature, right,
yeah,
extreme
exactly,
stuff.
exactly. It's not going to probably do real well when you take it out on the beach. I mean, it just doesn't have those big fat,
Beach
wheels
tires,
with
yeah.
with
Right.
big knobby tires on it or something like that. But in terms of one's everyday driving, this chair is not designed just for the indoors. This chair is designed to go wherever you need to go. So we have a lot of students that are using both the TDX SP and now some of the SP2s up here on campus in Cal. And as you know, the campus is very hilly and
Oh,
there's
yeah.
some rough
And
spots.
it's a big campus, yeah.
A big campus, and this chair has performed really well up there.
How long is this chair designed to last? I mean, with regular use, not something extreme.
Yeah, it's a good question. Most funding agencies will provide new chairs every 5 years.
Okay.
That's kind of been the norm. That's not, hard and fast
Sure.
with every insurance
There's a lot of
company.
variables, yeah.
But we have people that have been in our chairs. You'll see some of the old rear-wheel drive chairs that are from the mid-'90s that people are still driving. Now, they've probably had motors replaced and maybe some other electronics on it, but it really kind of depends on how one maintains their chair.
Sure.
Just like a car, you take good care of it, it's going to last a long time.
Right, that makes sense. There's a lot of electronics on board here.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
What are there new technologies that you incorporated into this model?
There are, absolutely. Good question. So this electronics is called LiNX Electronics. It's proprietary Invacare Electronics. We own a company called Dynamic Controls. They made all our previous electronics, the Mark Series electronics, if you will. We also make electronics for some of our competitors' chairs as well. But the LiNX Electronics is pretty cool. This particular remote joystick I have on here, the RIM 400, is a touchscreen,
Oh, wow.
which is pretty unique out there in the industry. As you can see here, it's like an iPhone or an iPad.
There you go. Yeah,
Right?
perfect. Yeah. Good.
So I can swipe this between different drive functions. Okay. I can name them whatever I want. This is a fast one that pretty much tells you all you need to know
right.
there, right? I've got my speed potentiometer right here.
Wow.
Okay. I can go into powered seating modes. This is ASL. I've got a head array on here as well, so I can maybe drive with a head array or drive with a joystick in the morning. Maybe I'm driving with a different alternate drive control later in the day because I get tired.
Right.
So you can have multiple drive controls with this electronics. I've got lights on here. This is powered seating. This is tilt elevate. You can see here.
And
I
so
don't
all
know
you're
if you
doing
can see this. I'm elevating
right,
right
you're
now.
elevating the chair just by pushing on.
On this right pad.
Right pad,
There's
okay.
a switch inside of this pad
Wow.
that activates that.
Which means that you could do it with your head if you didn't have access, if you couldn't use your arms.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
That's the whole idea
that's
behind
what
it.
this
yeah.
head array is
Sure.
for someone to drive with their head. But obviously, we want to be able to activate all the functions on the chair, including our powered seating, through this as well.
Right, if that's your only option.
Yep.
That's incredible. So the touchscreen probably makes it easier for people that have any hand issues, or they're not that they can't push buttons, or they don't have the dexterity, but you can still swipe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And some people, the swiping is not so easy, but they have better fine motor control than maybe a gross motor control where they can do this.
Right,
So
they
I
can
can
tap.
set this up for what's called tap mode as well. So you're no longer swiping. I'm using my finger to tap it. I can expand that tap zone if someone has a hard time pushing on, for instance, this icon right here. I
In
can
the lower
expand-
corners, yeah.
I can expand that tap zone as well.
amazing.
I can also use these buttons up here. So there's a multitude of different ways that you can access the same functions.
That's incredible. And you guys will offer to set it up for,
Yep.
for the person?
Well, the provider, so we're the manufacturer,
Right.
and
Okay,
we
the
sell through
providers,
a
okay.
dealer network or a provider network. So the provider generally does that, but a lot of times we'll come in and assist the provider, especially on more complicated setups.
And educate them so that they can pass that education
Yep.
on to the user.
Absolutely.
That's incredible.
One other feature that's unique to the LiNX Electronics is something called MyLiNX. So now the consumer can actually download an app called LiNX and be able to access a lot of diagnostic information through that app. So in the past, they may have had a problem with their wheelchair. They had no idea what was causing that problem. They're calling their provider comes out, and they may come out once, twice, or even 3 times because they don't have real good, clear diagnostic information as to what the problem is with the chair.
Sure.
So now the end user can see that information on their app, as well as the provider by going into the cloud essentially and seeing that same information.
It's incredible.
Yep.
Again, making it easier, more user-friendly for everyone.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
The user in the chair and the provider providing that.
There you go.
That's wild. Well, you know what? It's a high-tech chair. It's a great-looking chair with everything, all the new additions in the SP2 model. And are you getting some good feedback over here?
Absolutely.
Good.
Yeah, we're real excited about it.
Good. We're glad to have you here, and we're looking forward to next year. Want to spin around so
Yep.
we can say our goodbye? That's awesome.
Switch over here.
And how can people get some more information about your company then?
You can go to our website,
Okay.
which is www.invacare.com. That's our global site. From there, you can go to the U.S. Home Care. You can access all the Invacare products, not just our power mobility, but our seating and positioning, our beds, our lifts, all of the products that Invacare manufactures.
And the idea is to learn about it now, even if you don't think you need it now, or you don't have anyone in your life who needs it now. Learn about it so that you have it in the back burner in case, God forbid, something happens. At least you know where to go. But this expo is really kind of a one-stop shop for all that anyway, right?
Yeah. Great point.
Yeah, Steve, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, my
Pleasure.
friend.
Thank you.
You know what we're doing is we're going to be right back with a preview of Power On Episode 6. Right after this. Stick around.